In my opinion, the middle game is the hardest part of chess game. The early game is mostly just memorization of openings and how to play against them. And the end game, I agree it can be the harder than the middle game. It's just that I've done so many end game puzzles, as well as you can see on my channel, but it's actually not that bad. But this game shows how I dominated the middle game and use that to win the game. So it starts off with a pretty simple game, 4 knights, Gioco piano. Now, I get into these games a lot. You probably get into these games a lot. But what do? So I go d6, trying to get my bishop out. And then he goes a3. Now, this is the best move. And that is a great move. But I feel like going h3 is better. Especially if you're under 1,000 rating. You're going to be probably going to be losing a lot of games to this bishop pin and the knight going here. So I would suggest instead of going a3, go h3. Maybe change it up a bit. So I went right away to pin the knight. And then he went h3. All really good moves so far. I moved my bishop back. And then he does this move, b4. b4 isn't that great of a move. Even though it looks like you're kicking the bishop away, I could just go bishop d4. Now this pins the knight to the rook, which is great for me because I get a pin. This knight is basically useless right now. He goes g4, trying to take the control. But I feel like this is kind of weakening your position on both sides. So I take a gamble and do a not that great of a move, but I sacrifice a knight for 2 pawns. But my whole idea behind this was, so this knight is going to be pinned and this knight is going to be pinned, just like that. So I feel like I have a much stronger position, even being down on material. Now, he goes knight e2. This is the first big mistake that he did. Now, to show what he could have done anything good. I think b5 would have been good, as the game says, because it kicks my knight away, forcing my knight to go somewhere like here, attacking the bishop. So he goes knight e2. Why is this such a bad move? At the start, you might be thinking, oh well, you lose the rook. I mean, it's not the end of the game. You can still turn the game around. But it's actually a lot worse than you think, because instead of taking the rook right away, I take this knight. You're probably thinking, what? He'll just take my bishop. That's a trade. Getting a free rook is much better than a trade. No, it isn't. Because if he does take my bishop, then I actually take his queen, because that knight is pinned. So I'm pinning the knight to the queen and getting a rook on the next turn. So instead of getting a rook, I get a rook and a knight. And he makes a mistake of going c3. Now, at first, it may seem like a good move. You're stopping me from getting the rook. So instead of getting a free rook, I only get a free knight. But he's forgetting the fact that I could bring my bishop here. When I sacrificed my knight for those 2 pawns, that broke open his position to allow me to go queen g5 and then checkmate on the very next move. So what could he have done better? First of all, try not to push these pawns too much forward. It can be good, but be careful of these pins. And second of all, when a piece is pinned, do not move that piece. Thank you guys so much for watching and have an amazing day.